Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Homestead. I'm Jacob from Sustainably Yours, and if you've been following along, you might have noticed that we got a goat, and it was a little bit of a surprise goat for me, so I'm kind of scrambling trying to find a good place, make him a good home. And what we've come up with, because we plan on having a herd of goats. We want some milk goats. We also want to have some goats for meat. So what I think I would like to try to do. Here's our barn, and we have these little side chutes. On this side of the barn, we have a pretty large space in here. And I think this is where I want to have part of my goat station. So if we come in here, hey. Huh? If we come in here, we have all of this space. I think I would like to put up a little wall or partition or something like that and make a little goat milking station, and then have an area inside of here where they can get under a roof. And I'm probably going to pull at least part of this metal wall off, and on the other side, we have a nice large area where we can fence this off and let them have a little goat run. I think that will make a nice large home for our future goat flock. I've already gotten started a little bit on this. Before, you can see all the dirt that's piled up here. Before, whenever I would close this gate, there was a large gap, probably 2 foot of gap underneath the gate, and it would have been more than enough room for a goat to escape. So I brought over several buckets of the old dirt, the grassy dirt that I pulled out of the garden previously. Remember, I mowed, and then I tried to till all this in, but it wouldn't till. So I box bladed it all out. So I used the box blade and drug it all out. Now it's mounted up at the garden, so put it to good use here. And I guess, I don't know, but I think the next step of the process is going to be to put up the fence around the little goat run over here. I've got 100 foot of fencing. I'm not sure how much space that's going to give me over here, so we're going to measure it out, and then we're going to start driving some posts and putting up some fencing. Now to figure out where I want to put the door that's going to lead to the outside. And man, let's see, I've got a bad spot right here in the metal, so that might be where I want to put the gate. But then again, I'm gonna need the wire to attach to this post. This is the end post, the corner post. So I'm gonna have to pull that metal anyway, it looks like. So for now, I think here's the plan. I think I'm gonna at least peel the metal back here on this corner. We can attach the fencing to that post, and then, I don't know, I may put it back, or I may just go ahead and put the door right here. The posts there are spaced apart just about right for a gate. There's another spot where I could put it, I guess. Those posts look pretty good. But yeah, I think this is where we're going for, right here. All of this is gonna make it extremely difficult to work. This is wild blackberry. Yeah, nasty stuff. And we have it everywhere out here. And then this right here, look at this tree. Hold on, oh, it stands up taller than the barn. I don't know if I can get the camera to show that, but it's got to be a good 12 feet, right? Good 12 feet tall. Look how thick this thing is. Oh, I can barely get my hand around it. You know what this is? This is pokeweed. The biggest pokeweed I've ever seen. So this is gonna have to come up. I'm gonna have to get rid of this because it's kind of toxic and I don't need my goats eating it. All right, now I've got myself a little, at least a clear spot that I can work. And there's a little vine there that I'll probably cut before we get started. But found an old, I guess it was a power line insulator, old glass thing. This barn used to be wired for electricity. It's not anymore. I think there used to be a power line out somewhere near this old tree because it's over there chopped up. You could tell that it was cut down a long time ago, but I imagine that's probably where this thing came from. Pretty neat. Made in USA. Don't see that enough these days. And there's the corner post that we'll be attaching our fence to. It's going to be this first metal panel, or actually there are about 2 or 3 panels that I'm going to end up taking off. Inside there are some boards that the metal is anchored to. Problem is, it's keeping me from getting my welded wire fencing to the inside of this post so that I can anchor it on. So for right now, I'm just going to cut through this one and that. There's another board down there. I'm going to cut through those. I'm just going to saw through them with a hand saw, probably maybe here and then again here to give me some room. Should have made this cut first. And then this one, it would have been anchored there. Wouldn't have all the wobble on this board. Learning as I go. I think what I want to do is come out with the other side, and then that way I can have my end wall all straight and everything. So I'm going to have to remove one of the panels from the other side of the barn and go from there. Well, I just realized that I made a terrible mistake on my first 3 T-posts. I want my T-post to be on the outside of the fence. That way when the goats jump up on the fence and lean on it, there's a little bit of extra support on the outside. But I have them set up so that they'll be on the inside of the fence. I'm gonna have to pull these. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attach a strap. I'll wrap it around the bottom of the T-post, and then I'll attach the other end to my tractor bucket. I'll try to lift this thing out. I found this old strap just laying in the barn. Man, I hope it might hold, it might not. But I've got it wrapped around the bottom. I tried to catch one of these notches, and then we've got it hooked on to the bucket. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna have to call in my little homestead helper.
And I'm gonna help you do it the right way.
You know what I did wrong?
What?
You see these little spiky things?
Yeah.
I had those facing the wrong way. I need the fence to come up against these.
And I need to tell y'all something. My dad's torturing the ground with a giant knife.
Torturing? These are giant knives?
No, that thing over
Oh,
there.
the machete? I'm torturing the ground, huh?
Yes.
Ah, you silly. All right, let's get the, hold on to that, okay?
Okay.
Well, got in a little bit of a hurry there at the end, and I didn't do my due diligence on those last couple of posts. And I mean, they're aligned with the last one, but I didn't make sure that I lined them up with this one, so I'm way off. I'm gonna have to pull those two. Try again. Okay, so I think we've got the frame for this thing set up. I'm a little off on my next to last post right there. That's fine. I'm not pulling it again. It'll just be a little off. That'll work. But we've got all of our T-posts set, I guess. Now it's time to unroll the wire. I think this is the problem. I already have everything anchored here, and I kept it pretty straight up and down the board there. And I need it to go to angle downward. Like I need the top to be able to angle downward as it goes along, so it can go along with the contour of the ground. But I'm not able to because I've already anchored it here. So I'm gonna, instead of trying to pull those nails, I'm just gonna cut everything here. I'm gonna cut it all the way down, pull it in just a little bit, and I'll attach it to my my posts, my T-posts, and then I'll come in here and I'll anchor this however it needs to go. So after working for a while, I went over, checked my camera, or my phone, that's where I use my camera, and the battery was dead, and so it kind of made me mad. I just went ahead and finished the job and didn't worry about filming it anymore. Here's what we have. I've got my T-post. These are 10 feet apart, and this thing has a little bit of wiggle to it. I don't think that's going to be great for goats. Right now they're small, so I'm going to play it by ear. I do still have some T-posts. If I need to, I'll come in and I'll put another one in. I'll split the difference on these, and we'll make a T-post every 5 feet. That should sturdy it up. I do have a complaint about this welded wire fencing. We were good. And then I get to here, And I don't know if this is like their way of showing you you're at the halfway point or what's going on here, but man, I've got a big gap here where they didn't cross fence it there. So I've got to find some way to fix that. And I've got a couple of spots where I kind of messed up and popped some holes in it. But here we are. Got it all the way around. You'll notice that I have a couple of holes in the side of the barn wall. Here's the front gate. I've built that up so that there's not that big gap underneath it. We come in, and the carpenter bees are going to swarm me, but that's all right. I pulled the wall, the metal sheeting off of the wall here, and it had those cross boards on it. I had to cut those out. What we'll do is we'll put a gate right here, and then on the other side, I'm going to cut these boards out. We'll put a gate right there. We're going to eventually, we're going to split this down the middle. We'll put another wall in, so we're going to have two separate little paddocks there. We'll come inside, we'll do the same thing here. We'll split this into two separate paddocks. And then along these posts, we're going to make this kind of a back wall. And that's going to leave us this area here to build some things like maybe like some little birthing stalls and definitely a milking station. And for right now, we just have these Nigerian dwarfs, and I don't even think they're purebred Nigerian dwarf. I think both people that we're getting them from, they have a little bit of pygmy in them, possibly, probably. So this will give us an opportunity with the two separate paddocks. If we need to, we can separate males from females or do whatever we want to do there. And later on, I want to get some bigger goats, maybe some Boers or something like that, and have some meat goats. So we'll be open to that as well. So there we are, so far, the new home for our goats. We still have a bit of work to do on it, but I think it's going to work out nicely. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If so, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Leave us a thoughtful comment, and if you're interested in following along as we continue to turn our home into a homestead, then be sure to ring the notification bell so you'll know when to be back for more daily, sustainable living.